Hello, FlakLab fam! What if you were tasked with raising Luffy from the popular manga and anime series, One Piece? How would you handle the care of a super-powered teenager with a penchant for adventure and a diet that could put a fast food chain to extinction? Today we're diving headfirst into this thought experiment, a challenge that blends real-world parenting, some nutrition science, and of course, a healthy dose of One Piece lore. This is a fun, interactive challenge that you can participate in and possibly even win a shout-out on our next video. So, let's get started. First things first, let's familiarize ourselves with Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy is a young, energetic pirate with a dream to become the king of the pirates. He eats like a horse, sleeps like a log, and fights like a demon. But he's also fiercely loyal, with an unwavering sense of right and wrong. And let me tell you, raising him would be a handful. Luffy's appetite is legendary. His main diet consists mainly of meat, and lots of it. Now, here's our first challenge. How would you keep up with the nutritional needs of a boy who eats more food in one sitting than some people eat in a week? You'd have to balance his diet to ensure he's getting the right nutrients. Remember, he's not just a growing boy. He's a superpowered teenager whose body needs fuel for his crazy antics. What would you feed him to ensure he's getting a balanced diet? This is where your knowledge of nutrition science comes in. On top of feeding Luffy, there's the matter of keeping him safe and teaching him important life lessons. In this section, we're focusing on the parenting challenge. Luffy is known to be a bit impulsive, rushing headfirst into danger without much thought of consequences. This behavior would certainly keep any guardian on their toes.
How would you handle it? Would you use strict discipline or a more understanding approach to guide him?
Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Finally, there's the adventure challenge. Luffy would never be content with staying in one place. He's always looking for the next big adventure, and any responsible guardian would want to keep him safe. How would you balance letting him explore and ensuring he doesn't get into too much trouble? Would you set boundaries, or would you let him be free to experience life on his terms? We've posed some challenging questions today, but now it's your turn to answer. Imagine you're in charge of raising Luffy. Write down your plan for each of the sections we've discussed: nutrition, parenting, and adventure. What foods would you feed him? How would you handle his rebellious streak? And how would you keep him safe on his adventures? Be creative. Use real-world knowledge and mix it with One Piece lore to make it fun. One Piece's monkey. D. Luffy is not just a physical entity that needs food and protection, he's also a growing teenager with emotional needs. This presents another challenge as Luffy has a rather unique personality. He possesses a natural charisma that draws people to him, and a childlike innocence that belies his powerful abilities. Yet, his emotional intelligence is somewhat underdeveloped due to the extraordinary circumstances of his life. It's a delicate balancing act to nurture this part of him without stifling his unique spirit. Luffy's emotional development would require a different approach than most teenagers. His natural impulsive behavior and fearlessness that make him a formidable pirate also make it difficult for him to understand the concept of fear and caution. He needs to learn that it's okay to be scared sometimes, and that it doesn't make him any less brave. It's important to teach him how to process his feelings and understand that it's okay to feel vulnerable at times, and that these feelings don't make him any less of a powerful pirate. In addition to this, Luffy's ability to trust people unconditionally is both a blessing and a curse. While this trait has helped him form strong bonds with his crewmates and allies, it could also leave him open to manipulation and betrayal. As a guardian, you would need to help him develop a sense of discernment without making him overly suspicious or cynical. Furthermore, Luffy's inclination to always put others before himself is admirable, but it also means that he often neglects his own well-being. Teaching him the importance of self-care and setting boundaries would be an essential part of his emotional development. It's crucial for him to understand that he doesn't always have to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders, and that it's okay to ask for help when he needs it. Moreover, Luffy's boundless optimism and never-give-up attitude are traits that have carried him through many difficult situations. However, it's also important for him to understand that it's okay to feel sad and disappointed sometimes. Suppressing negative emotions can lead to greater problems down the line. As a guardian, you would need to help him navigate these complex emotions and teach him healthy ways to cope with them. Lastly, Luffy's sense of responsibility towards his crew and friends is a double-edged sword. While it drives him to protect them at all costs, it can also lead to him blaming himself when things go wrong. It's crucial to teach him that he can't control everything and that it's not his fault if he can't always save the day. In conclusion, while raising Luffy would certainly be a challenging task, it would also be a rewarding one. Helping him navigate through his teenage years and guiding him towards becoming a well-rounded individual would be a journey filled with joy, laughter, and countless adventures. So, are you up for the challenge? Monkey D. Luffy's social development is as crucial as his emotional growth. Despite his charismatic personality and the ability to attract allies, Luffy's social understanding is limited due to his intense focus on his goal to become the Pirate King. This lack of social comprehension can occasionally result in misunderstanding and conflicts. To guide Luffy through this, we need to foster an environment that encourages his social growth while respecting his character quirks. Firstly, we must acknowledge that Luffy's social interactions are largely based on his values of loyalty, friendship, and freedom. He is drawn to people who share these values and is quick to defend them, regardless of the consequences. This strong sense of duty is admirable, but it can also lead to reckless behavior. In dealing with this, it's essential to help him understand that while his principles are important, they should not lead him into unnecessary danger. Explaining the importance of discerning right from wrong and applying wisdom in his decisions can be helpful. As a real-world reference, we can cite examples of historical figures who stood by their principles yet exhibited wisdom in their actions. Additionally, Luffy's ability to make friends easily is one of his most endearing qualities. However, he tends to place an immeasurable amount of trust in his friends, often without questioning their motives. While this displays his sincere nature, it can also leave him vulnerable to manipulation. Teaching him the importance of healthy skepticism without negating his trust in his friends is fundamental. Providing examples from One Piece lore, such as the betrayal of former crew member Nico Robin, can help him understand that not everyone who appears friendly has good intentions. Furthermore, Luffy's communication skills could use some polishing. His straightforward nature is refreshing, but it often lacks diplomacy, which can result in friction with others. Guiding him to express his thoughts tactfully without losing his candidness can enhance his social interactions. Role-playing scenarios from the One Piece world where tactful communication could have resolved conflicts can be an effective teaching method. Moreover, Luffy's limited understanding of societal norms often leads to amusing situations. While this is part of his charm, teaching him basic social etiquette can make his interactions smoother. However, it's crucial to do this without suppressing his individuality. By drawing parallels from his adventures, we can show him how his actions impact others and why certain behaviors are more acceptable than others. Lastly, Luffy's fierce independence and refusal to follow rules can make him seem rebellious. However, this is more a reflection of his desire for freedom than a disregard for order. Instead of forcing rules upon him, explaining their purpose and how they can benefit him and his crew can help him see their value. This approach aligns with his belief in freedom as it allows him to make informed decisions rather than blindly following instructions. In conclusion, guiding Luffy's social development is a challenging but rewarding task. It requires sensitivity to his personality and values, a profound understanding of his world, and a delicate balance between teaching and allowing him the freedom to learn from his experiences. With the right approach, we can help Luffy grow socially while preserving his unique spirit. Raising Luffy would also involve guiding him through the intricacies of interpersonal relationships. Luffy's strong sense of camaraderie and loyalty towards his crew is unquestionably one of his most admirable traits, but he must also learn to foster relationships outside of his immediate circle. It's vital to instill in him the understanding that every person he meets has something unique to offer, and that building a diverse network of relationships can enrich his life in countless ways. Additionally, his open-hearted nature and tendency to trust others easily can be both a strength and a vulnerability. As a guardian, it would be important to teach him the difference between trust and naivety. Luffy needs to know that not everyone he meets will have his best interests at heart, and that it's okay to be cautious sometimes. Learning to discern who truly deserves his trust will be a crucial part of his growth journey. Moreover, Luffy's leadership role in his crew requires him to make difficult decisions under pressure. While his natural instinct to always choose the path that protects his crew is commendable, he must also learn that not every decision will have a perfect outcome. He should understand that sometimes he will have to make sacrifices, and that it's okay to make mistakes along the way. As his guardian, you would need to help him accept the consequences of his decisions and learn from them, rather than letting them discourage him. Finally, Luffy's strong desire to be the Pirate King can sometimes blind him to the risks he's taking. Therefore, it's important to teach him to balance his ambitions with a sense of caution. While it's admirable that he wants to reach the pinnacle of his dreams, he must also understand that taking unnecessary risks can endanger both himself and his crew. As a guardian, guiding Luffy to understand the importance of calculated risks would be a significant part of his upbringing. Once you've got your plan, we want to hear it. Comment your answer below. The best reply gets featured in the next video. And if you enjoyed this challenge, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to FlakLab for more. And remember, this isn't just a fun challenge. It's also a way to learn about nutrition, parenting, and adventure planning in a fun and engaging way. So, FlakLab fam, are you ready to take on the challenge of raising Luffy? Let's see your best plans. And until our next experiment, keep those brains buzzing and those imaginations flowing.